In this video, I'm going to walk you through a simple 10-minute website checkup that you can do right now, today, without any technical knowledge or expensive tools. You'll discover the 5 critical elements your website must have to turn visitors into clients, and I'll show you exactly how to spot the common mistakes that are quietly sabotaging your marketing efforts. You'll also find out how to connect these website fixes to your overall sales funnel and email marketing, so every part of your marketing system works together instead of against each other. And with that said, let's dive right in. Now, I'm pretty sure that you didn't start your business to become a full-time marketer, but you know fully well that if your website isn't doing its job, you're going to miss out on a lot of sales for your service. And since you don't exactly have a lot of time and energy to spend on tracking every tiny little thing about your website, this 10-minute checkup can be a really great way to make sure you're all right without having to spend hours on this. And don't worry, it's not an overly complicated process, and it's something you can probably actually do. The beautiful thing about this approach is that you can get actionable insights right now, before you even think about spending money on a website redesign or hiring expensive consultants. Sometimes the biggest improvements come from the smallest changes. What are the top 5 things? Your website must do really well. Your website has one job: to make it incredibly easy for the right people to understand how you can help them and to take the next step with you. Here are the 5 non-negotiables. First of, your website needs to clearly say who you help and what problem you solve. And I mean within the first few seconds of someone landing on your page. If a stranger can't figure out what you do and whether it's relevant to them in under 10 seconds, you've already lost them. 2. There needs to be an easy-to-find contact method or booking option. I can't tell you how many websites I've seen where the business owner has made it a treasure hunt just to figure out how to get in touch. Your contact information should be visible without scrolling, and if you take bookings, that option should be front and center. The third one is that you need visible proof that your service actually works. This could be a testimonial, a case study, client logos, or even just a simple statement about how long you've been in business. People need to feel confident that you're not just making promises you can't keep. 4. Your site must be mobile-friendly. Most of your visitors are coming from their phones, and if your website looks broken or is hard to navigate on mobile, they're gone. No exceptions. And finally, number 5. Your website needs to load fast. We're talking seconds, not minutes. Slow-loading websites don't just frustrate visitors, they actually hurt your search rankings too. So, now that we know about these 5 things you'll need to correct, how exactly can you spot them in your own business? So the first thing, you want to check for clarity. Your website and landing pages need to be really clear about who you help and what you solve. You just simply ask someone who doesn't know your business to visit your homepage and tell you, in their own words, what you do and who you help. If they hesitate or get it wrong, you know you have work to do. Next up, you check for how well your website looks on mobile, how mobile-friendly it is. So to check your mobile friendliness, Google has a free tool called the mobile-friendly test. Just search for it, enter your website URL, and Google will tell you exactly how your site performs on mobile devices. For loading speed, you can use Google's Page Speed Insights tool the same way. It'll give you a score and specific recommendations for improvements. And for checking if your contact information is easy to find, try this. Set a timer for 30 seconds and see if you can find at least 2 ways to contact your business from your homepage. If you can't do it in 30 seconds, neither can your visitors. Okay, great. Now before we look at some of the steps you can do, like, right away, I think it's important for me to point out these 3 mistakes that so many businesses make when they're trying to get this done in their business. The first big mistake is the overloaded homepage. You know what I'm talking about, when business owners try to cram everything they do, every service they offer, and their entire business history onto one page. The result is overwhelming text blocks and navigation that looks like a restaurant menu with too many choices. When people feel overwhelmed, they leave. Mistake number 2 would be using industry jargon that outsiders don't understand. You might think terms like scalable solutions or best practices make you sound professional, but to your potential clients, they're just confusing. Speak like you're talking to a friend who needs your help. Sometimes, though, when you've been in the industry for a while, it can be a bit harder to see some words as jargons because you use them so much that you think it's normal. That's one other reason why you need the eyes. Now the third mistake, and this one's huge. It is not having a clear next step, or worse, having multiple conflicting calls to action. If your homepage says, "Call now," and schedule a consultation, and download our guide and sign up for our newsletter all at the same time, you're asking people to make too many decisions. Pick one primary action you want visitors to take and make that the obvious choice. All right, let's put this into action with a quick audit you can do right now. Grab a piece of paper or open a notes app on your phone and let's walk through this together. Minutes 1 to 2. Look at your homepage with fresh eyes. Can you immediately tell who you help and what problem you solve? Write down what message you think a first-time visitor would get. Minutes 3 to 4. Find your contact information. How many clicks does it take? Is your phone number visible without scrolling? Can people book directly from your homepage if that's what you offer? Minutes 5 to 6. Look for proof that you deliver results. Do you have testimonials, client logos, any form of social proof that builds trust? Minutes 7 to 8. Check your site on your phone. Does it look professional? Is the text readable? Are buttons easy to tap? Minutes 9-10. Test your loading speed using Google's PageSpeed Insights tool. Note your score and the top recommendations. Write down the biggest issue you found, because that's your first priority fix. Don't try to tackle everything at once. Pick the one thing that would make the biggest difference and start there. This 10-minute audit can be super useful for your entire marketing system if you actually get it done for your business. And it's pretty necessary because your website is essentially the front door of your sales funnel. Every other marketing effort you make, your ads, your social media, your email campaigns, they're all designed to drive people to your website. If your website isn't optimized to capture leads and move people to the next step, then all those other marketing efforts are like filling a bucket with holes in the bottom. You'll just be wasting money and loads of opportunities. When you fix these basic website elements, something interesting happens. More visitors stick around long enough to join your email list. More of them book consultations or call you directly. Your cost per lead goes down because more of your website traffic actually converts. And here's a tip. When your website clearly communicates who you help and how you solve their problems, the leads you do get are better qualified. They already understand what you do, so your sales conversations become easier and close at a higher rate. If you found this 10-minute checkup helpful and you want to go deeper, I've created a free 5-minute funnel audit checklist specifically designed for service businesses with smaller teams. This checklist will help you trace the leaks in your own business and identify exactly what your next steps should be to solve them. This way, you can make targeted changes to those exact areas of your sales pipeline and understand your customers better. You'll be more likely to get better results from your marketing efforts, even with the same number of leads coming in. The link to download this free checklist is in the description below. And if you found this video useful, I'd appreciate it if you could give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more practical marketing tips that actually work for service-based businesses. Thanks for watching. This has been Rita with ClicksandThings.com. See you in the next one.